Okay, good morning students. Today we'll start NCERT numericals. The topic as waves. Till yesterday or till previous class we have discussed about a theory part, and what I taught the theory classes, that is except a deleted portion in the previous class up to beats, getting the video we made. And today we'll start NCERT numericals belongs to the topic as waves. And first question you have to read, exercise number 15.1. A string of mass 2.50 kg under a tension of 200 Newton. The length of the string is 20 meter. If a transverse jerk is struck at one end of the string, how long does the disturbance takes to reach the other end of the string? First you need to understand what he has given here. For your better convenience regarding question, I given the diagram. Let us take, it is my hand, this is a rope or a string or a wire, you can take as your convenience. The total mass of this a string he has given, that is 2.50 kg. Solution: total mass of string, total mass of string he has given, that is small m is equal to 2.50 kg. This is total mass of a wire or rope. And the total length of wire he has given. What is the total length? The total length, that is 20 meter. Total length is 20 meter. Total length is 20 meter. That is L is equal to 20 meter. And the one end of the wire or string is in your hand, and other end is tied to the other end or wall. Take it as a rope or string. If you pull this string by your hand, what is happening? This string will stretch or become tight. With how much force you are pulling the wire in this direction, the same amount of force is generating or acting through the string. That force we are going to call it as a tension, can be find out by using the formula M into G. If you pull the rope, that force is acting along the rope, that force we are going to call it as a tension. How to find out the tension? T is equal to total mass of string into acceleration due to gravity. But he has given, if you pull the rope, how much tension is produced in the wire, that is 200 Newton he has given. Take directly that value. Tension in the string he has given 200 Newton. What you need to find out? It is your hand. If you give the jerk to the rope up and down, then the disturbance is moving in x direction. If you jerk your hand in y direction, the disturbance is moving in the form of waves in x direction. What is the angle between jerking and the propagation of the disturbance? 90 degree. Then the nature of the wave is longitudinal or transverse. That is the transverse nature of the wave. For convenience, I have taken one paper piece here. If you jerk your hand, the disturbance is moving through the string or a wire. When this disturbance reaching the paper piece, suddenly paper piece is falling down. If you jerk, the paper piece is falling down. Why it is falling down? Because if you disturb here, the disturbance is moving in the form of wave. The disturbance is moving in the form of wave, and it is disturbing the paper piece. After getting disturbance by the wave, the paper piece is falling down. It means that what you need to find out? What he asked here, how long does the disturbance take to reach from this end to this end? If you jerk the rope, the disturbance is moving in this direction. How much time that the wave or the disturbance is taking to reach from this end to this end. ನೀ ಜರ್ಕ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥ ಆ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ ವೇವ್ ಅನ್ನು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತದ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ದಿಂದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರ್ ಎಂಡಿಗೆ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೋತದ. ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟಿ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟಿ? how long does the disturbance take to reach from one end to other end. It means that the time taken by, what is t, you need to find out. What is t? T is nothing but it is the time taken by the disturbance to reach from this end to this end. That what you need to find out. You know very well that is how to find out. We know that the speed of transverse wave in string is given by wave for string is given by the formula in theory class I have derived, that is V is equal to C into root of tension divided by mu. C is constant, its value is always 1. T is a tension in the string. What is mu? Mu is nothing but mass of the string which is having just 1 meter length. What is m here? M is nothing but total mass of this string. What is mu here? Mu is nothing but a linear density or mass per unit length. 1 ಮೀಟರ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಇರುವಂತ ವೈರ್ದ ಮಾಸಿಗೆ ಏನಂತಾರ? ಮಾಸ್ ಪರ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಸ್ mu. And what is capital M? Total mass of wire. This is the total mass of wire. This is not a total mass. This is just mass of a wire of length just 1 meter. Then how to find out this one mu? Therefore mu can be find out by using the formula mu is equal to total mass divided by total length divided by total length. What is the total length? That is 2.50 divided by what is the total length? That is 20 meter. These two getting cancelled, then mu is equal to, that is 0. Find out 2.5 divided by 2, that is 0.125 kg per meter. Mass, its unit is kg. Length, its unit is meter. Meter take on numerator, it is m raised to -1. This is total mass of the wire. This is mass of just 1 meter length of the wire. Therefore substitute in this formula, V becomes C root of T divided by mu. V is equal to C is 1. Tensional force he has given, that is 200 Newton, divided by mu is 0.125. Then check the answer, it is getting 40 meter per second. What is V? Velocity of this disturbance through the string. With how much speed that the disturbance is moving in forward direction? With this much of speed. It means that in 1 second of time this disturbance is moving with a speed of this much. And we need to find out T. Therefore time is equal to distance by velocity. What is the distance? That is, the distance is nothing but the total length of the wire, that he has given 20 meter. Velocity means that is 40 meter per second. Then these two getting cancelled, T becomes 0.5 second. If the person jerking the rope, this disturbance is moving in the form of wave from this end to this end, how much time that the disturbance is taking to reach from here to here? That is 0.5 second. If the person give the jerk to the rope, in just 0.5 second, that disturbance reaching from this end to this end. You please note down, and this is the answer. And go to next question. Note down please. Go to next question, that is exercise number 15.2. Read the question first, what he has given. A stone dropped from top of tower of height 300 meter splashes into the water of pond near the base of tower. When the splash heard at the top, given that the speed of the sound in air, that is 340 meter per second, and acceleration due to gravity, that is g, is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. What is the meaning of the question? You need to understand. For convenience, I have given the diagram. Let us take it is a tower. One of the person, he is standing on the tower, and at the base of the tower there is a water surface called as water pond. This is a tower. At the base, water pond is there, or a water reservoir is there. The person, he is standing on the top of the tower, and the height of the tower from this point to this point, that is x is equal to 300 meter. And what the person is doing? This person is dropping one stone from this point. This stone is moving in downward direction. Stone is moving in downward direction and reaching the water surface and hitting the water surface. If you drop the stone from this height, how much distance it has to be covered in order to reach the water surface? That is x is equal to 300 meter. And there is a word splash. Splash means there is a type of sound producing at the moment when this stone just hitting the water surface. ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಶ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ವಾಟರ್ ಈ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸನ್ನು ಹಿಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುವಂಥ ಸೌಂಡದು ಒಂದು ಟೈಪ್, ಅದು ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಶ್, ರಫ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ವೆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ವಾಟರ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್, ಸಡನ್ಲಿ ದ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸಸ್. that sound again moving in upward direction and entering into the person ear. What you need to find out? When the splash heard, splash means sound, splash means sound. How much time that the sound, or how much time that the person has to take in order to receive the sound from this one? ನೀವೇನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಬಂದು ಹಿಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಹಿಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಸೌಂಡ ವೇವನ್ನು ಪಾಮ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಪರ್ಸನ್ನಿಗೆ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೌಂಡ ಇವನ ಕಿವಿಗೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೋತದ? ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಟು, what is 1? First we need to find out the time taken by the stone to reach water surface, take it as a t1, and second the time taken by the sound wave to reach the person, that is a t2. Then what is the total time that the person taken to hear the sound? That is a t1 plus t2. When the stone is moving from this height, the stone is moving in a straight line, therefore you know very well a straight line equation. First we need to find out time taken by stone to reach water surface. Stone to reach water surface, I am taking it as t1, that is t1. How to find out t1? You know very well the equation of straight line, because the stone is moving in a straight line, that's why I am taking equation of straight line. What is the equation of straight line? X is equal to, you heard, ut plus half at square. Half at square. It is the initial velocity, initial time, 1/2 acceleration into, this is t. T means time taken by the stone to reach this water surface for a distance of x as 300. I am taking it as t1. The ball is moving under the gravitational force. That's why acceleration I am taking it as a g, gt square. Therefore, you know variable initial velocity is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to 0 plus 1 by 2 g into t1 square. X as in no variable. From here to here, what is the distance? 300 meter. Substitute here 300, take 2 this side, 2 into this is equal to g into t1 square, or you take g this side, that is g is coming here, then this is t1 square. Therefore, t1 is equal to root of 2 into 300 divided by g value as you know variable, that is 9.81 meter per second square. Please cancel everything, then t1 you are getting, that is around 7.82 second. 7.82 second. What is 7.82? If the person drop the stone at this point, how much time that the stone has taken to reach the water surface? That is t1 is equal to 7.82 second. ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಕೈಯಿಂದ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಆದಾಗ ಆ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೈಟ್ ದಿಂದ ಈ ವಾಟರ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ದಟ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್? 7.8. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ t1. ಅಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ಐ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ when the stone hits the water surface, sound is produces. That sound moving from here to here, again how much time that the sound is taking from to reach the person? We need to find out the time taken by splash. Splash means sound. A type of the sound is produces the moment at which when the stone just hits the water surface. Time taken by the sound to reach the person from base of tower to height of tower to height of tower. I am taking this time as t2. What is t2? t2 is nothing but it is the time taken by the sound to reach the person from base of the tower to the person he is standing on the top of the tower. t2 how to find out? As you know variable, time is equal to distance traveled by the wave divided by time taken by the wave. Distance traveled by the wave divided by time taken by the wave. Velocity of the wave. Velocity of wave. When the stone just hits the water surface, suddenly a splash means a sound is produces. After produces the sound, this sound is able to move, means it has to move this much of distance. Means how much of distance? 300 meter. 300 meter is the distance. 300 divided by, and with how much velocity that the sound is moving in air, that is in the given, that is 340 meter per second. 340 meter per second, 0 0 getting cancelled, and 2 15s and 2 17s, and 15 by 17 you make it, you are getting t2 is equal to 0.88 second. 0.88 second. I calculated two types of the times here. t1 is 7.82 and t2 is 0.88. What is t1? When the person drop the stone at this height, how much time taken by the stone to reach the ground or to reach the water surface? That is 7.82 second. When the stone hits the water surface, at that moment suddenly sound is produces. That sound it has to be moved to the person ear. Then how much time taken by the sound to reach the person from base of the tower? That is 0.88. Means what is the total time that the person has taken to hear the sound? That is t1 means t1 plus T2. What is T1? It is the time taken by the stone to reach the water. What is T2? It is the time taken by the sound to reach the person ear. The total time is T1 plus T2. That is, therefore total time in which the person hear the sound, total time for which the person hear the sound, that is a sum of time taken by the stone to reach the water and as well as a time taken by the sound to reach the person. That is, T is equal to T1 is 7.82 second plus it is 0.88 second. T is equal to 8.2 second. It is the total time that the person has taken to hear the sound. And note down. Okay, go to next exercise, that is 15.3. Read the question first, what he has given. A steel wire has a length of 12 meter and its total mass is 2.10 kg. What should be the tension in the wire so that the speed of a transverse wave on the wire, that is exactly equal to speed of sound in dry air at a 20 degrees Celsius of temperature is equal to 343 meter per second. What is the meaning of the question? Let us take the diagram. This is a string, means this one is a string or a wire, its total mass is equal to 2.10 kg. And its total length he has given 12 meter. Its total length he has given, that is 12 meter. And this one is tied. Another end of this wire is tied to the wall. At this point it is tied. Let us take it as a wall. And other end of the wire is in my hand. Pull the wire means stretch the wire. When you stretch the wire, the tension is produced in the wire. That how much tension is produced in the wire, you have to find out. If you pull, the wire will stretch. Why it is stretching? Because the tension is produced in the wire. How much tension is producing the wire, you have to find out. The directly question is, you have to find out the tension produced in the wire while the person stretching it in this direction. Everything he has given, as you know very well, the direct formula. And if the temperature of air is 20 degrees Celsius, then speed of sound he has given 343 meter per second. And all values he has given. Let us solve. We know very well the speed of sound. The speed of transverse wave in a wire or a string is given by the formula you already used, that is V is equal to C into root of T divided by mu. C is always constant, its value is 1, and T value you have to find out. And mu, what is mu? Linear density or mass per unit length, that is total mass divided by total length. Total mass divided by total length. What is the total mass? That is total mass of the wire is 2.10 kg. What is the total length? That is 12 meter. Cancel both. Mu is equal to 0.175 kg per meter. This is total mass of the string. And what is this one? This is just mass of the string which is having 1 meter length. If it is 1 meter, then its mass is equal to 0.175. And total mass is this much, just 1 meter length of the wire, its mass is 0 point, that is 175 kg per meter cube, and here squaring on both side, squaring on both side, squaring on both side, then you are getting V square is equal to, C is always 1, leave it, then T divided by mu, then V square into mu is equal to T. V value he has given 343 whole square into mu, just now you calculated 0.175 is equal to T, and check the answer. Tension produced in the wire, it will become 2.05 into 10 to the power of 4 Newton. This much answer you are getting, check yourself, getting, and please note down, this is a third one. Okay students, next go to exercise number 15.4. Read the question first what he has given. Use a formula, velocity of sound is equal to gamma p by rho to explain the speed of sound in air. The speed of sound air is not depending upon pressure, means independent means not depend. Speed of sound is not depending upon pressure, you have to prove it. The speed of the sound increases if you increase the temperature, you have to prove it. Speed of the sound is increases if you increase the humidity, and you can prove it. Pressure mela speed of sound depend illa, like that you can prove. Temperature ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ sound the speed ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, you can prove it. If you increase the humidity in atmosphere, the speed of the sound is increases, again you have to prove it. In order to prove these three contradictions, use a Newton Laplace formula, that is V is equal to gamma p by rho. Velocity of sound, this is adiabatic constant per a diatomic molecule, that is 1.41. Atmospheric pressure 1.013 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. Rho is air density. The first one I can prove, that is V is not depending upon pressure. V is not depend upon pressure. It means that independent of pressure. Depend on pressure. How come that is? Let us use this formula. V is equal to root of gamma p by rho. Gamma p by rho. What is rho? Rho is the density of air. Therefore you know very well what is the density. Density is equal to mass of air, mass of air, mass of air present in a unit volume divided by its volume. It means directly I am taking m by v. Density is equal to mass by volume. And substitute here V is equal to root of, let us take it is volume, this is velocity, small v you take, this is, or else you are getting confusion with volume and velocity. Gamma as it is, p as it is, and rho can be written as m divided by v, and v is equal to root of gamma as it is divided by m as it is, and take v volume on numerator, it is become pv. Per ideal gas equation you know very well, per ideal gas equation, per ideal gas you know very well, pv is equal to nRT, pv is equal to nRT, and here this is n means number of moles, number of moles, take that is n is equal to 1, then this is become pv is equal to RT, pv is equal to RT. Substitute here pv as RT, therefore velocity of sound is equal to gamma as it is, pv can be written as RT divided by this m as it is, this m as it is, gamma as it is, pv is equal to RT, pv can be written as RT, and this m as it is, and here in this term the term or the formula is free from, the formula is not having a pressure term of pressure P. Therefore in this formula there is no pressure term, P is not there in this formula, therefore velocity is not depending upon pressure, therefore V is independent of pressure. Independent means velocity of sound is not depending upon, independent upon pressure. Independent means not depend. The velocity of the sound is not depending upon the pressure, because here there is no P term getting, therefore V is not depending upon pressure, therefore velocity of the sound is not depending upon pressure. Independent means not depend. This is the first one. Go to second one. What is second one? Increase with the temperature. How come? Let us take this equation again. V is equal to root of gamma P by rho. We know very well PV is equal to nRT, n is equal to 1, then PV is equal to RT, and P is equal to RT divided by volume, and substitute here velocity becomes root of gamma as it is. P can be written as RT by V and divided by rho as it is. V is equal to gamma RT divided by rho V, and here gamma is constant, R is a real gas equation, that is also constant, rho is a density is also constant, volume is also constant. In this equation gamma and R and rho and volume, gamma adiabatic constant, real gas constant, density is a constant, volume is constant, and temperature is not constant. Therefore gamma, R, rho, V all are constant terms, but T is not a constant term, therefore V is directly proportional to root of T. V is not depending upon gamma, V is not depending upon R, V is not depending upon density, and V is not depending upon volume, because all the four terms are constant. The velocity of sound only depending upon temperature. That's why I have relate these two quantities as velocity of sound is directly proportional to root of absolute temperature. If you increase the temperature, velocity increases. If you decrease the temperature of air, then velocity decreases. Let us take it as air particles. If you increase the temperature of the air particles, then velocity increases, means speed of the sound increases. If you decrease the temperature, then velocity decreases. The speed of sound in air increases if you increase the temperature. Yes, this is a proof. And go to third one. What is the third one? That is, if the speed of sound in air increase with humidity. What is humidity? Humidity in the sense it is presence of water vapors, presence of water particles in the air is called as humidity. Presence of water particles in the atmosphere, water particles in the atmosphere or air is called as humidity. And if you increase the water particles in the air, what is happening? The density of the air decreases. As you know very well, this equation for air, the equation for air, or else you can directly conclude, that is also possible. If you increase water vapors or water particles in air, means increase water particles is nothing but a humidity. What is humidity? Presence of water particles in the air is called as a humidity. If you increase the water particles in the air, it means that if you increase the humidity, water particle ಏರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಏನು ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹ್ಯೂಮಿಡಿಟಿ ಅಂತಾರ. ಏರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹ್ಯೂಮಿಡಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ದ ವಾಟರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಏರ್, then air density, then density of air decreases, the density of air decreases as a result speed of sound in humidity increases. Humidity increases. ಏರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಂದ್ರೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹ್ಯೂಮಿಡಿಟಿನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಂದ್ರೆ ಏರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇಫ್ ದ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಏರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಸ್, the speed can increases. What is the final conclusion? In order to decrease the air particles, what you need to do? You increase the humidity. It means increase the water particles in air. As a result, what is happening? If you increase the water particles or humidity in the air, what will happen? The density of the air decreases. If the density of the air decreases, the speed of the sound increases. That's why the speed of the sound increases with humidity. Humidity ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ಏರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹ್ಯೂಮಿಡಿಟಿ ಅಂತಾರ. ನೀವು ಹ್ಯೂಮಿಡಿಟಿನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಏರ್, means humidity increases. What will happen then? The air particle number decreases, means the density of the air decreases, then speed of the sound increases. By increasing the humidity, the speed of the sound can increases. That is the conclusion. You please note down very carefully. This is the conclusion.